Welcome back to the channel, everybody. I am Mick Alphanim. So we have more activity with Stellar. They've been ramping things up, ramping their announcements up. You know I love that. When they're putting out information, let us know something. I love that. Feed us, right? We do the rest. So we have this article here. This was a tweet on Stellar, and it's actually the article is on stellar.org. NEOM and Stellar Development Foundation partner to enable payouts in 190 countries. 190 countries. Now, when this is fully up and running, imagine all that volume, all that value floating across Stellar. That's going to cause what? Congestion. I believe every XLM holder should keep that word in their mind. Congestion. We want it. We need it. We gotta have it. Congestion, congestion, congestion. Why? Because of that surge pricing. We want that surge pricing. Money, 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 money. That's why. If we want the money, we want surge pricing to boost up those transaction fees. That means more values flowing across Stellar. More lumens are being used and utilized. More XLM flowing in and out. That means that price goes up. And we're here to make what? We're here to make money, right? So this is a great thing, Stellar. And this is just what they're telling us. Keep in mind all the different deals that the companies do that have NDAs, non-disclosure agreements, memorandums of understanding, et cetera, and they can't discuss those things until those companies are ready. Keep that in mind. This is just what they can tell us. But let's just read a little tidbit here, right? It says here, companies building on Stellar can now leverage NEOM's global platform for near instant payouts without pre-funding requirements, right? So, you know, everyone knows that XRP and XLM, you don't need that pre-funding aspect. That makes this delicious to banks, large corporations, large financial institutions of all kinds. Right? And I mean, that is going to bring so much business in the future. You need things like this here so you can have an example to show when you go into meetings of how these things operate, how they're actually functional, and that the other customers that have used it before you do these new deals, that they're satisfied. Satisfaction goes a long way. Just in my humble opinion, right? Because if you look at a product and if we're sitting down, we're doing a deal, you and I look at your product and I say, well, who else used it? Are they happy with it? You're going to need to show me examples because I'm not going to put all this money on the table for you unless I have an example that this is successful. Now, if there's literally no other examples, then maybe I'll take you at your word. I'm going to have to read your white papers. I'm going to have to talk to some of I'll have my people talk to yours. As far as my technical people talk to yours so they can analyze the data and see that this actually works. That's different. That's different. But we know Stellar has been doing things and there have been entities utilizing Stellar. Now, not to a large capacity, because if it was mass adopted and there was all the other businesses had stepped in, there was regulatory clarity, then you would see that price go up. You definitely would. But that is not the case. But even the little ways that everyone's been sort of testing Stellar, that's why I look at all of these happenings over the last year or two. I look at them as this is just tests for when the big time comes and everything is mass adopted. And you have Stellar moving tremendous amounts of value back and forth, even through MoneyGram. Everything hasn't really gotten started yet. They're still setting up infrastructures. They're still getting everything ready. They're still going to have to float the ideas to the people to use these new systems. Okay. So, but that matters. All right. Let's read this a little bit, this little tidbit here. It says, NEOM, the global platform for modern money movement, and the Stellar Development Foundation, a nonprofit organization that supports the development and growth of the open source platform, open source public blockchain Stellar, today announced a partnership to enable payouts to 190 countries. Oh, I love that word. 190. Business can now facilitate fiat payments to 190 countries on Stellar, a network purpose built for fast and efficient payments. Stellar's faster, more convenient approach to cross-border payments improves upon the traditional correspondent banking system. See, now that's one thing that rubs the banking system wrong. And I just made a members only video that I'm going to put out. Sign up in that members only section. It's only a few dollars a month. If you're not satisfied with it, you don't have to do it the next month. But I would greatly appreciate it, and it supports the channel. But that members only video covers something in here that I'm telling you, this type of stuff here is what rubs the central banks wrong and why they're going to take certain actions. in the future. If you want to know about that, like I said, go in the members only section, click that little join button down below, and you will be able to view that video. Not only that, you'll be able to go to the community section and see all of the documents that I post. You have to go to my channel once you're a member and go to that community section. You will see a members only sticker on the left hand side of my members only post, and you will see a ton of documents that are potent in addition to the members only videos that I put out, and you'll be able to read them. You're going to understand what I'm talking about. But this rubs the banks the wrong way. When you say that it improves on their system, and it's not, that's true. That's why Stellar's going to dominate. I mean, the Stellar blockchain. I'm not talking about the Stellar Foundation, but the Stellar blockchain is going to dominate. And I believe that the people holding XLM, is just my humble opinion, not financial advice. I'm not a financial advisor, but the people holding XLM are going to make a good amount of money. A good amount of money, in my humble opinion. And it does matter how much XLM you have and how long you plan to hold. Some people have a little, some people have a lot, and some people are planning to hold only short term, and some people are planning to hold for long term. So all of that matters to how much you might make from XLM if everything goes according to plan. But let's continue on here. It says Stellar's faster, more convenient approach to cross-border. Okay, we read that little piece. Let's scroll up here. It says, quote, the scale at which Neum is able to offer cross-border payments around the world is further enhanced by the speed with which we are able to deliver payments for businesses. Said, I don't know if this is Joaquin or Joaquin. I know it's pronounced Joaquin in certain instances. We'll just say Joaquin Ayuso, head of Neum Crypto. Quote, our approach to modern day money movement on Stellar innovates on legacy approaches well past their prime. It shows both Neum's global reach and real-time payment capabilities to a thriving network of business leaders and innovators. Keep in mind, also, I want to throw this in there to sort of put down all doubts. Remember, anyone who uses Stellar has to hold a particular amount of lumens to have an account or a wallet, something like that, similar to what XRP does. Then also, and I don't know if that changes depending on how much fiat you want to hold in there, fiat value you want to hold. I don't know if that changes or not, but I know it's 1 XLM minimum per account or wallet, something like that. But also to utilize Stellar, XLM is used for the transaction fees, right? Unless they tell us something different, and they wouldn't need to if that changed. So XLM is used for transaction fees, which is huge, which is why, like I said, I always like to talk about and discuss surge pricing. Oh man, I know they don't tell the people that in I don't know how high surge pricing can go. I know they don't tell people that in those business meetings, like we have surge pricing. No, they're like, no, we're so cheap, 0.00001 lumens. That sounds good. I hope surge pricing, boost that price up a little bit and make some good money off of that. But let's continue on here. So where do we leave off? It says Neum offers enhanced real-time payment capabilities. We know that because you're using Stellar. This integration is noteworthy for senders of cross-border payments who can benefit from Neum, connecting them to new markets. That's key. We want those new markets. So sort of these partnerships are they're mutually beneficial. Neum brings Stellar to all of these different markets. And yet Neum is benefiting from all of these capabilities of Stellar. There's a mutual benefit here, which is great because we want as much money as possible flowing across the Stellar blockchain. Now, I do feel that for a while, and just my humble opinion, Stellar got away from the little guy, idea that they had to help the little guys. Like, we want to help the unbanked, because for a long time they were sitting on, governmental panels. They were talking to banks. They're talking to banking heads. They're talking to governmental heads. Pretty much, in my humble opinion, showing the governments why they can use Stellar. It's like, okay, but what about the regular people? You need a whole lot more to convince the people of the world that you claim you want to help. And they still have time, but you will need to put in a lot more time to let the people of the world know, like in Latin America, Central America, Africa, Europe, things like that. And some of the unbanked people, are not unbanked, but rather underbanked people in the United States, that, hey, there's an offering here for you to use. I haven't seen that yet. So, with something like this, sure, you have external entities like Neum. Maybe they're going to do some marketing or something like that. And so that will be beneficial to that aspect of the idea of Stellar being a people's coin, even though it's not, in my opinion, it's just another bank coin. But like I said, they come to people under the guise of, hey, we want to help you, so the people can accept that. I get that. That's business. Business is cutthroat and cold-hearted. People get in how they can when it comes to business. That's just my humble opinion, but this is what I've seen in the world. But you know, so they got away from that. So it looks like maybe they're getting back to that idea. It's titled, Get Paid Boosts the African Digital Economy Through Stellar and Its Ecosystem. So here you have more activity of Stellar in Africa. We all know Algorand has been deep in Africa. Now you have Ripple with XRP trying to go deep in Africa. Africa is going to be a very, very explosive area in the world over the next 10 years. They are developing rapidly. They have access to resources that used to be controlled by a lot of external entities. And don't get me wrong, there's still a lot of external entities in Africa controlling certain resources, but the African people themselves have been taking control of a lot of those resources. And not only that, the African people have been discovering a lot of new bounty of resources like gold and diamonds and things of that nature that they directly will be benefiting from. And so that's why, one of the reasons why they're bringing in the blockchains, because for some time now, the African countries have been developing their businesses, building up their cities. Oh, they have some beautiful land and properties in Africa. So beautiful over there. But anyway, hey, don't buy my property. I made a video before. I slipped up and said something about certain properties that I like over there. Hey, don't buy my stuff. I got to get that first. But anyway, they've been developing their businesses and their economies, and they're ready for something like this, blockchain. I think that's the needed element to really help Africa explode. However, how does that affect you and I? That is a lot of money that could be moving across Stellar. A lot of value moving across Stellar. It's beneficial not only to the people of the African continent, but it's also beneficial to the holders of XLM. So everybody sort of, you know, we're on different ships, but a rising tide is raising all ships. That's how I look at it. That's why everyone's going so hard in Latin America, Central America, Africa, parts of Europe, because they understand that there's a lot of money to scrape up there. Don't get me wrong. There may be some people out there that actually want to help each other, things like that from these blockchains and help other people. But more than that, there is a lot of money on the line there. So everyone's trying to get in there. Even central banks. You see the central banks trying to come into certain regions and dictate, and that old legacy system method just doesn't work anymore. But let's scroll down here. People don't want to be dictated to anymore. They want their freedoms. They want to make some money. They want to live well, and they don't want you telling them their limitations of that. I get that. I respect that completely. I'm the same way. I like to call my own shots. I think every XLM holder out there is the same way. They like to call their own shots. You know, they like to be free. Here, Get Paid. Get Paid is a marketplace and community platform for tech companies, digital platforms, and digital professionals to connect with each other in Africa. This is huge in my opinion. These are just beginning steps. When I say something's huge, it's because I see the vision. I see a seed planted in the soil, and over time we're going to water it and it will grow. That's why this is huge, because I see the step forward is a strong step forward. And it's only so long before we make a strong run forward. All right, so digital professionals such as freelancers, creators, traders are able to work for customers directly or indirectly via platforms around the world and earn money by selling their skills, time, expertise, or work. Like I said, think about that. There's a lot of miners in Africa. There's a lot of traders in Africa. That means there's a lot of money that's going to be coming across this blockchain. If they can get this to work successfully, there's going to be a lot of value flowing across Stellar because of this, right? Leveraging Stellar Anchor ClickPayza, Get Paid enables digital professionals to receive payments through various fiat currencies and cryptocurrencies in Kenya, Rwanda, and Tanzania. I know a lot about Kenya. They're doing good in Kenya. That's the type of value, like what's in Kenya. They have a lot of good tourism. Oh, some of their properties absolutely drop dead gorgeous, by the way. There's a lot of big money moving to Africa, by the way. I keep telling people this. A lot of big money has been leaving these so-called developed countries, and they're going to places like Central America, South America, Africa, Southeast Asia. A lot of big money going to these places. Kenya is no different. There's a lot of good stuff happening there. And yes, over the years, if you can ingrain yourself in Kenya, that's mutually beneficial if you're a blockchain to the people of Kenya, because they need something like that. They need to be able to save money, make more money, do things almost instantaneously, be able to track it and know where it is. I mean, there's so much going on, but that's a good amount of value that could be moving across Stellar, right? So, I mean, all of this is extremely good in my humble opinion as a first step. It's not the last step. Hopefully it won't be. They need to continue on with this, continue to grow this. Top technical talent is difficult to find due to low supply and high demand, and companies worldwide are unable to hire at the rate their business and revenue are scaling, leading to unsustainable growth. The logical solution would be to tap into a fresh talent pool, such as the young adults in Africa who compose a large part of the continent's workforce. That's another thing. They've been stepping up everything in Africa. I'm paying attention because I need to pay attention to things like this, whether it's Europe, Central America, South America, Africa, Southeast Asia, so I know where the money's going to come from in the future, right? Don't get me wrong. I keep tabs on the developing nations as well. But in Africa, they've been stepping up some of their educational programs, things like that. There are a lot of genius minds building certain products in Africa. That's all I'll say about that, right? So yeah, I get this. You want to tap into that talent pool. We want, and I said this last year, we want all the brilliant minds coming to Stellar, XLM, XRP, Ripple. We want to scoop all of them up. That's how I feel. And that's going to mean a lot of innovation, and a lot of innovation means a lot of money, right? So I want geniuses coming to Stellar, XRP, and Algorand from Africa, from Central America, South America, from Europe. I want them all. I want them all. When we're trying to make money, look, when we're trying to make money, we have to tap into everything, every possible business. This is why you see Stellar, Stellar trying to do NFTs. They're working with banks. They're trying to bring something to the regular people. You see Algorand, NFTs, traceability protocol. I mean, they're doing everything because I believe we're all on the same wavelength or vibration where we understand that in the future, we can take a lot of value from everything and bring it to these blockchains. And that's going to mean a lot of money, theoretically speaking, for you and I. I almost pointed at myself when I say you. Wouldn't it be funny if I pointed out myself both when I say you and I, right? Oh man, some of you didn't even laugh. Like, I'm finna get back to the topic at hand. Oh man. So anyway, I'm gonna stop there. I don't want to make the video too long, but this is great stuff. Also, keep in mind, in the video before this about XLM, which was an audio version of the show. There's a reason that I do that, by the way. Oh, we got some good stuff coming for you. Very, very good stuff coming. But in that XLM video, I showed you a portion of the MoneyGram 2021 financial report, which I put a link to that in the members only section. Make sure you go down below and click that join button, and the lowest members only entry level fee. It's only a few dollars a month, but you get access to members only videos. I'm about to put out a very, very good, potent one in my humble opinion. And also you get access to all these documents that I'm posting that I believe are potent. Documents, videos from certain banking entities and authorities, supervisory entities, transcripts if I find them, articles that I think are good. And I'm only putting those in the members only section. So you get access to all of that as well. But in that video, I posted that document which said that MoneyGram was working with 4 clearinghouse banks. I don't know if I said that at the beginning of this video or not, but I want to say it again. That is huge. That's only going to increase. That's just the beginning steps. And as those banks become more and more satisfied, it will bring more banks. Word of mouth is powerful. That's a lot of money that could be flowing across the Stellar blockchain. Of course, we're going to have to keep our eyes open. No guarantees, but we will see what happens. So everything's looking good. Just in my humble opinion, everything's looking great right now as far as XLM, XRP, Algorand, Hedera, Cello. We're still doing good. I don't know about the rest of crypto. I have nothing to do with that, right? So Now that you have that information, what are you going to do with it? I know what I'm going to do with it. So until next time, let's get to the Monday.